The money, I begin to the back. People think I'm funny cause I always make them laugh. I ain't even being funny, I be really spitting facts. I'm about balance and I got talent. Every challenge I overcome. Low key is savage, never be average. Give me a task and I'll get it done. Minding my business whenever I come in. I'm handling business while I'm having fun. I ain't worried about winning, but that would be dumb cause there's no competition. I already won, huh? Yeah.
Peace, family. How you all doing? I hope all is well with you. My name is Keisha. I'm the owner of Astrologiks, and I am your astrology coach. Today, we are going to be discussing Mars entering into Virgo. This is a big deal because it's a complete energy shift from like October of last year. We've had Mars between the sign of Cancer and Leo for the last 6 months. And now it's in Virgo. So there's a huge energy shift here. It's a personal planet. And so there's a lot going on within all of us and how we take action. And I thought it would be important to come on here and just talk a little bit about how some of this can be playing out. And so Mars will enter Virgo on June 17th, and it'll be there to August 6th. The signs that will feel this the most are Aries and Scorpio because they're both ruled by Mars, and obviously Virgo. But everybody has Virgo somewhere in their chart. You want to look at your Virgo area of your chart to know how this will be playing out for you. Specifically, Mars is action, desire, drive. It's bold, competitive, and instinctual. It becomes more precise, analytical, and service-oriented in the sign of Virgo. And so we have Virgo, which is a mutable earth sign, and it's ruled by Mercury, and it lives in the 6th house. So mutable energy is flexible. I think that's probably going to be the most positive part about this. I mean, in general, it's a positive transit, but with Mars, there's always that possibility of conflicts, frustration, arguments. And so you want to tap into the mutable energy to make practical decisions on, choosing your battles with this one. And the 6th house rules work environments. This is your feng shui, somebody who's really good at whenever I think of feng shui outside of like the spiritual dynamics of what it means, it's like somebody who's really good at like setting up houses for people to come and visit. They know how to put things in a particular place to make it look really, really well. But feng shui is more spiritual, where you know how to set up things to help bring in more money, bring in good energy, and have the energy flow throughout the house or your environment or, wherever. This is also coworkers. Really, the whole entire workforce development. It's also health care, and wellness. So this is like all your doctors' offices, doctors, nurses, and pets health, in the pet industry. This could also be divorce lawyers, accountants, rental income and assistance. So really like anything to do with the renting process, being a renter or being the rentee. Um, this could also be like inspections, uh, any kind of inspection, house inspection, car inspections. Um, the service industry in general. So definitely like nonprofits for sure. Um, being of service to people, the people that you hire. So this is like people who come in and clean your house or babysit or pet sit or house sit or, you know, the people that you hire if you have your own business. Um, and really like the ins and outs of connecting and networking with people who help you with your business in some way, shape, or form. Any kind of service in that way. Um, it's also your hygiene. Um, Virgo rules like it, Virgos are like the critics of the zodiac. Um, and so all of these fields can be under investigation or under scrutiny, or there's like a huge need for some kind of refinement or redefining how the systems, environments, expectations are going currently. Um, Virgo also rules being analytical, um, organized, efficient, detail oriented, and perfectionistic. Um, yeah. And then you have to look at the ruler. This is important for two reasons. The first one um, is because, you know, it's the ruler of Mercury. And so you have to look at what sign Mercury is in. But essentially, we're talking about scheduling, daily routine planning, sending emails, documents, work projects, training, your route that you take to work, um, your hygiene to get ready in the morning for work, all those kinds of things. Your daily routine, really, in general, your health routine, what you eat, what you don't eat. Um, all these things again can be under some kind of like redefining how we do that in some way, shape, or form. Do you work out in the morning? Do you work out in the middle of the evening? Do you work out before you go to bed? You know, whatever it is now, it could be changing for one reason or another. Um, do you do meal prep? Um, are you changing your diet and what you eat? This could be like somebody who becomes like super detail oriented about like the calories that they're intaking and things and such like that. It probably won't be that deep for most people, but especially if you have like any particular health issues or like allergies or allergic to specific foods and things like that, this could be like, you know, something about that process is being, there's a second look at it, whether it can be refined in some way, shape, or form better, to be done in a better way. Um, yeah. It could be simple changes because, somebody's getting a new job. And so maybe you used to go to work one particular way because that's where your job was, but now you have another job that's like on the opposite side. And so you're going a completely different way. So, again, your route to work, the route that you take to work, your timing that you have to get up might be different. It could be shorter, it could be longer. It could be remote. That's a huge thing now. And so all these things could be changing in some way, shape, or form, or people are just really redefining what it is they do for work, or whether they even want to be at a particular job, or, you know, this could be about asking for a raise or more money, or looking for a job with more money, or taking on a second job, or getting a training, like reaping the rewards or the benefits from your job through some kind of training, or that perhaps they paid for your college education and things of that nature so that you could get more money at your job. Um, um, yeah, this could be like really big projects that are being looked at and redefined in some kind of way. Or again, it's just the work environment and expectations are changing significantly for one reason or another. It could be some legal things changing or laws changing. So again, workforce development can be under a bit of scrutiny for some particular reason that's causing, work to change in some way, or how we work to change in some way. Um, and then it's in the sign of Cancer. And so there could be a bigger need for, being nurturing, um, and intuitive. Again, Cancer rules home and family. So there could be some more remote jobs becoming available, or people just feeling like they want to be more remote. Um, so this could be about moms. I mean, it could be single parents. It doesn't have to be moms. Like, I mean, Cancer is ruled by the moon, even if you're a mom. But, for some emotional reason, it could be the need to work from home, maybe because you have to take care of somebody or nurture somebody. Um, or again, this could be a call for like massive changes in like nursing homes, any kind of caretaking job, or jobs that revolve like residential jobs, jobs that are take place within a home environment. Um, this could be like people starting family businesses, having a lot more conversations about starting family businesses, buying property, um, something that's going to become a legacy, or build roots for your children, or more time to spend with your children. So this could be like people taking a lot more vacations at this time. Maybe it could be something with childcare. I hope that's not the case. Like after school programs, summer programs, people might decide to be with their children, then send them away to camp and things of that nature for the purpose of, um, building memories, or starting their own family business, or they just want tutoring over, you know, summer camp. Um, or it could just be that, yeah, like homeschooling. This could be something around that, or the need for it. Or again, it's just a conversation that you could be thinking about having at this time for some particular reason. Um, Cancer does rule the past. Um, they can be super sensitive to criticism. They're great listeners and very supportive, good at expressing themselves through personal experience. And so, when I originally was doing this video, writing the stuff down for this video, I don't know why I kept thinking like two things came to my mind. Like, oh my God, is there going to be another pandemic or some kind of like outbreak? Or people have to work from home because of an outbreak or a scare or something like that. Um, I don't know. I kind of got like 2020 vibes off of the possibilities of what this can be coming up. Or people are talking about it like, how did 2020 change the way we work today? Is it good? Is it not good? Can we fix it? Do we need to do more of it? Was it, again, there's some kind of criticism or um, conversations about whether it worked or not. Do we go back in the office? Do we continue working remote? Are they only going to make remote for people who are in particular situations, like maybe they have a parent or a child with some kind of disability to take care of, or something to that effect could be coming up. Like we're assessing perhaps what happened with 2020, or there's some kind of like outbreak, because remember Mars rules like rashes, bites. This could be dog bites. This could be work injuries. Um, but Mars rules, you know, diseases and things of that nature. Um, Something could be coming up about that in some way, shape, or form. It could be like an FDA recall on some kind of food or something. Especially once this trines Venus. I mean, I know trines are usually pretty positive. I don't see it coming, but because it's also Mercury is also ruled, Virgo is also in the South Node. I don't know, man. I'm kind of getting the possibility of something that comes up either because we're discussing something that already happened that needs to be corrected, and then we have to provide some type of support. Um, I don't know. That's just the vibes that I got because, Virgo's the healthcare. I mean, I'm getting huge outbreak vibes from this. Uh, Not to scare anybody, but like, you know, this could be people just talking about how terrible COVID was for them, what they went through, um, and how much, perhaps the fact that we could be remote over these last years have been helpful, something like that. Where people are kind of critiquing how work has changed in some way, or again, it's something that's going to happen. Um, yeah, there could be some new expectations around workforce development, how we work, and our expectations around that. I did remember Trump is passing a law. I don't know how real it is, dude. I don't know what to believe anymore, to be honest with you. Just do your own research, but um I do remember him passing some kind of law where everybody works 32 hours. But if you work over those 32 hours, it's considered overtime. And so you get paid more. And so this can be a part of this transit where, they're redefining work, how we work for whatever reason. Um, this is a great time to be, if you have any kind of creative projects or work projects, um, you'll be more focused on the details, more productive, and you'll have the ability to solve problems. But you want to be careful because it can lead to criticism, overthinking, overworking, and being a perfectionist. And we know there's no such thing as perfection. So kind of try to stay grounded within your choices and things that you're making, that you're working on. Don't be too hard on yourself. Um, Again, if you're looking for a new job, this would be a great time. You can use these next 6 weeks or so to really tap in and do the work, especially if you have this in the sixth house, if you have Mars in the sixth house, Virgo in the sixth house. Um, this will probably be really good for you. But again, wherever you have it, it's supporting it. But sixth, 10th, or even the 11th house, even the second house, to be honest with you, will be really good. Um, um, this is a great time to get organized, especially in your home. You could be changing your home to be more work oriented, adding a workspace, getting it all feng shuied out, decorating, and, buying your little stuff, like whatever it is you need. Like your home can really become a bigger part of your workspace area. Creating a schedule is probably going to be the best thing to do because Mercury is going to go retrograde. And so I can only imagine that um, anything that you start working on will be repeated. You're going to have some miscommunications, calls dropping, emails getting lost, or you didn't see it, or it got sent to your spam, or you missed a phone call, but it didn't show up on your phone, calls dropping. Like, just expect the typical unfortunate, super freaking annoying Mercury retrograde BS. I don't know when it's going. I'll probably do another video on that, but again, do your research, family, and just be prepared that this time can get pretty. It's 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 worse for this time because it's like I can see people saying like we're not allowing people to work from home anymore because they tend to not get a lot done. They're always missing calls. They're not taking calls. They're too busy focused on their family, their children, and other things that they have going on, and they're not really focused on the work. Um, so, I can definitely see that being a conversation that comes up that people might feel like they need to address. And getting criticized for it, like, and somebody's feelings gets hurt because they have an overbearing boss or a super critical boss or, you know, something to that effect. Um, yeah, it's really good time to get more disciplined in your fitness, a diet, any kind of wellness can be great things to work on during this time. Being service to others, volunteering, helping others in any way, shape, or form, especially if it's in any of the fields I talked about earlier. But it can be anywhere, honestly. Networking and working with other people at this time could be super beneficial. Um, and remember, Mars can bring challenges, pressure. It can make you nitpicky. It can hit below the belt. We will become a lot more aware of things that are not working, that's for sure. And we will have the retrograde to again address those things, talk about those things, and make some changes. And be careful for over obsessing over details and micromanaging to the point where over obsessing over details to the point where you don't get anything done. That's not a good place to be. That's in the lower expression of this transit. So if you find yourself there, go out for a walk, drink some water, eat some fruit, take that time to do some meal prepping or doing some research about health, a stretch, do something, learn how to take incremental breaks in between the work that you do. If you find yourself getting like too caught up in your head, to help you move past that energy, because it can cause health issues. It really, on a bigger scale, of course, over time, it's obviously not going to be immediate, but Um, it can cause health issues, so you really should be mindful of that behavior, habit, or pattern. Uh, and micromanaging. I feel like I said that already, but on a personal level, we'll be more focused on getting organized, decluttering. If you have like a whole bunch of stuff that you could sell, this is great for like yard sales, setting a routine, um, be careful for burnout. Um, having a to-do list could be really, really helpful. Again, on a global scale, we can see technology and healthcare advancements, labor disputes, reforming health inspections, reforms for health inspections or health fields, and even doctors, nurses. There could be like some more expectations around training for licensing or some kind of crazy stuff like that. Um, but definitely looking for like more improvements. Um, and the customer service industry can be horrendous at this time. People spitting at people, pushing people, bumping people. Like, stay grounded when you're out and about shopping or, doing like your daily whatever, because Mars and Virgo, I'm telling you that on the lower expression of this, I'm not even giving it nearly as much. But these are like the customers that come in when you have to get a boss involved, or there's an argument, or something crazy happens because of a irate customer who's like completely out of pocket, and it's gonna make something's gonna happen. Okay, it will be talked about. Okay. Um, specifically in the workplace, but really anywhere where work is happening, this could happen. So also like be careful for injuries and stuff like that. This could lead to you losing your job. So this is really not one of those trends that you want to test out. This is not a fuck around and find out moments, unless you got some kind of backup job. This is a humble yourself kind of moments. Go breathe somewhere or do some meditation or something like um this could get really, really ugly. um and this being in the South Node again, I can only freaking imagine. This is like, I don't know, I don't want to like scare people, but the South Node connection to this transit for the next 6 weeks gives me like some major event happens and like the fucking hospitals are flooded with emotional people crying, and because of whatever, some pain or something. It's really giving some kind of outbreak. uh, I hope that's not the case, but um yeah, just be mindful. Overall, this is a pretty positive, dope ass fucking transit. I hope they make some of these changes and they're actually real and they stick, for the sake of like, homeschooling and teaching your kids and building roots, and, people starting more businesses and things of that nature. I like it for that a lot. So, as usual, family, I love and appreciate you. I hope you found this information helpful. Peace.